Hello and welcome to my stream. My name is Sybil and today I am going to continue to read the webcomic of Homestuck, as always with the unofficial Homestuck collection. We finally are freed of the heat wave and I hope that was it. It is September now and I want to have autumn weather. Okay, so last time I started the click and point adventure game that we play with Jane, and it kind of was a mistake because I forgot there were 2 more pages with this game, so we already solved the first part. Now we have to solve 2 more parts. Jane, proceed. So I will already open the next page in order if we have to look at the walkthrough. Okay, so we are at the first page and it seems like the autoresponder wants to talk to Jane. Answer Dirk's autoresponder, yes. Timaeus testified TT, began pestering Gutsy Gumshoe. Gigi, looks like you are getting the hang of these puzzles. Nice work, thank you. That last score was a doozy, to be honest. Yeah, I guess. If you have a human brain, sure. I think the music is a little bit loud. Okay, this is better. Yeah, I guess if you have a human brain, sure. Personally, I've already solved all conceivable skull puzzles for all possible skull states, which is a thing that's like no big deal for me. Haha, hey, I thought you couldn't see me once I left the house. This was quick, hello Panda. I can't, not through the server you brought. But I can still monitor your progress to Little Sebastian. He and I are linked the hell up cyberwise. We are so tight like you wouldn't believe. This is true. Oh yeah? It's like he is an incredible Hulk's pants and I'm his monstrous packet yearning to bust loose. Why? Jane, it seems there's a way bigger than average probability that you do not want to discuss blue spinners megalithic gamma schlong. That figure would be sitting pretty at 100%. Holy shit. Some of my circuits exploded. That number was intense to robo-consider. Okay, let's stop talking about stupid things for a minute, but a completely absurd environment for a typical blissering discourse. I am hot on the prowl for more clues about the strange and mysterious land. Haha. What? I don't know, just haha to that. Anyway, I think I'm getting closer to finding where my house went. Then I can reunite with Dad, and together we can sleuth this great big pickle of a planet. Well, the good news is your house should be just ahead if you keep following the train. Yes, I knew it. The bad news is your dad's not there anymore. Oh no! I'm sorry. I guess you got anything left to explore. Maybe he's looking for you. I tried to block him from leaving with some furniture, but the dude was having none of it. Tony, why did he have to leave? This really complicates matters. I hope he doesn't get lost. Don't worry, we'll find him. I'll have Seb search within a likely radius. The little guy is real fast. Yes, good idea. In the meantime, you better go find your house. We aren't making any progress in this game without it. It's kinda sinful to the gameplay, you know? If you need Zep to do anything from afar, just message me and I'll give him the orders. Got it? Got it, thanks! Timaeus testified PT ceased pestering Gutsy Gumshoe. GG. Okay, let's start. Oh, this time there is no walkthrough. So I guess I have to find out everything myself. What's this? Something is clogging the hole. Remove it, yes. You got your dad's head. Looks like it got sucked into one of the air holes. Luckily, he always keeps some spares in his wallet, but this means he came by this way earlier. Let's go to... Okay, there are 2 of these. The switch has no power. The switch has no power. Can we use Little Seb? Message autoresponder to tell Little Seb to rotate the lanterns. Not yet. Let me look around first. Hey, there's your house, but it's way too far away to jump this time. Yep. Please rotate the lamps. We need some light. One of the switches has power now. A jet stream of air flows out of the hull, pushing the balloon higher, but not high enough. Guess we need both switches. Gotta try something else. Let's see if this works. What? Water. The waterfall pushes your house down, connecting the seed pot with its husk. Oh man, everything in your house is probably getting soaked. Okay. Do we want this? I guess not. Don't think this works. Okay, let's try with the orange light again. Yep, now it probably will fly high enough. Perfect. Your house is finally resurfaced. You retrace your steps back home. Sadly, your father will not be waiting for you there. Still, better to regroup before you go off looking for him. Oh no, I am seeing Gamsi. So this is what he has been up to, hmm? We have to get the clown horns out again. A friendly clown welcomes you to Loka. It seems he would like to be your guide. Will you let him be your guide? No or fuck no. Proceed to the next page. Of all the tools to make a miraculous return. Jane cautiously approach. Oh my god, it's elevator stuck. I absolutely love this music. You cautiously approach your new guide. Wait, you said you didn't want him to be your guide. The friendly clown strongly advises you to reconsider. You do not reconsider. You ask him who he is, but he maintains his cryptic, serene expression and perfect silence. You give some thought to sidling away from the awkward encounter and go inside when the clown finally speaks up. He wants to know if you would like to buy these motherfucking potions. Music always so loud. You examine the clown's wear with new skepticism. He assures you that all of his whipped elixirs are motherfucking magic and all that. The clown sure likes to say motherfuck a lot. It is making you feel uneasy. All of them are 420. Why the weed? Because he's a stoned one, right? Even though he's not stoned at the moment. Also, would you look at the colors? Don't they look familiar? Thorns potion, 420 boon dollars. The clown says, one sip of this potion will cause you to lose the use of your legs. However, you will become an excellent kisser. A trait that is more than motherfucking fair, he says. Personally, you think someone would have to be suicidal to drink that anus brown liquid. Buy Thorns potion? Yes. You buy one Thorns potion. It's like a brown nightmare in a bottle. When the clown isn't looking, you chuck it over the side of your house cliff. Foxia potion, 420 boon dollars. This lovely looking potion is supposed to have powerful healing properties. You must have in the inventory of an up-and-coming maid of life. Yes, you increase to a single Foxia potion. Yippee, pointless pink slop. Indigo potion, 420 boon dollars. He says this potion will make you strong. You guess it would be pretty handy to be strong. Expect that it's probably bullshit, and the potion doesn't do that at all. You buy an indigo potion and shrug. Now there's something you won't be drinking anytime soon. Olive potion, 420 boon dollars. This gross-looking pea soup elixir. Let me start this over. This gross-looking pea soup elixir is touted as a powerful love potion. Just sneak a few drops into the beverage of your object of affection, and he or she will fall head over heels for you, literally, in the event that your sweetheart-to-be is decapitated. You are very wary of this claim, of course, but you guess it couldn't hurt to have one bottle on hand. What? It's fuchsia? Really? Not fuchsia? So fuchsia, yes. Do I pronounce this right? Buy olive potion, yes. You buy one olive potion. Ugh, this stuff looks nasty. You're going to have to sneak it into an especially strong drink if you don't want Jake to notice. Wait, did you say Jake? You mean, of course, hypothetically any person you give this to strictly in the name of science. Yeah. This conversation is over. Violet potion for the 20 boon dollars. At least you don't have to accidentally swear every time you say it. At least, yeah. This potion is to be imbibed by anyone who wants to exhibit unabated lust for all he or she encounters, as well as to behave like more of a douchebag. You wonder why anyone would want that. He gives you a sly wink and says nothing more. You say no thanks, but he asks you if you want to buy it anyway. You snap up a violet potion. Sure, why the hell not? Might as well round out your collection of this useless slime. Cobalt potion for the 20 boon dollars. He claims this potion endows its drinker with incredible luck. Then he does a stupid looking chick on your fridge, clicking the heels of his dumb elf shoes. You find that a bit hard to swallow, not just because it's implausible, but because it blue mug straight up nasty. He doesn't get the joke. Buy cobalt potion. He tucks another 420 of your hard-earned loot into his cavernous codpiece and gives you a bottle of the blue stuff. God, good motherfucking choice, he says. You roll your eyes. Oh god, yeah, I just noticed the codpiece, oh my god. Gold potion for the 20 boon dollars. The sickly mustard glue is supposed to make your hacking skills go bananas. Like you would ever care about that. He says not so fast though, for its benefits are twofold. It also makes a pretty killer substitute for grub sauce on a pinch. Buy gold potion. Whatever, you buy one, flips the clown another cool 420. You wonder why they are all that price. What's the deal with that number anyway? Poor naive Jane. You have no idea how that number culturally means smoking weed, and how stoners think it's funny. You are a smart girl, but there are some things you don't understand, and that makes you more endearing. Okay, enough of this. Okay, what the fuck are you going to do with all these stupid potions? Talk about buyer's remorse. You have had enough of this vulgar clown and his pushy potion peddling. Hey, I only bought one of each potion. Why are there so many of them? You do not want him to be your guide, and you politely ask him to leave your property. Gamzee, retrieve contraband from chest of whimsy. The clown says he can all motherfucking abide about that. He doesn't want to get a step onto any motherfucking toes. But he says, if he's not going to be your guide, you gotta at least have someone as a guide to all guide you on your way through this quest of miracles. He tells you to hold your shit while he retrieves something from his chest of whimsy. You say you mean the refrigerator? He acts like he didn't even hear you. Jane is really having it here in the background. Oh my god, those are corpses. Torso flail. I was wondering why there are two pairs of legs, but I forgot that they replaced the Tepros legs with robot legs. So this makes sense. Also, he tosses them into the Colonel's fight. Appropriate reaction, Jane. Jane, say hello to your new guide. Tough with my what the fuck happened? My personality is just absolutely fucking inconceivable. Ah! Oh, and there are the honks. Do I still have my clown honks? Let me find out. There. Okay. Oh, come on. Let me get the clown honks in. Without the... Thank you. For once, motherfucking is an appropriate thing to say. No, 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 no. You have to undo this somehow. Are you listening to me, clown? And whoever the fuck you are, make me stop being the thing. Okay, I'm sorry for screaming, sir. That fellow over there just caught me quite off guard with this stunt. You seem quite upset. I think we should all try to calm down and figure out what to do. No, it's... yes, well, first of all, my name is Jane. Pleased to meet you. What is yours? My name? Fuck my name. It's nothing. I am a stuttering, repellent, unholy abomination. Oh dear, you have no idea how fucking much I hate myself right now. More clown honks, yes. what's the... I wanted to have the clown honk. Oh, autoplay was activated. Quiet, you. This is all your fault. Look what you've done. Shut up. I hate you both. I hate everything. I hate the way I fortunately speak out my jumbled thoughts. I hate how I drag out the things I say sometimes. I don't even know which parts of myself are hating which things, so I just hate everything. Hey, clown, can't you do something? This poor creature shouldn't exist. Ah! So much screaming. Everyone always talks about body swap. Nobody ever talks about body share. I need 100 fanfics. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that can happen with the kernels, right? As you can see, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 R's. Yeah, the whisker tick. Yeah. How do you even pronounce the scream like that? Tough explode, I guess. Tough Frisker didn't stay very long. Although Gemsey is honking away. Oh, now there are ghosts again. Toughos, this fucking sucks. What? What do you mean what? For starters, the completely horrible shared body resurrection bullshit that just happened. You were there, remember? That's kind of the point. Oh yeah, I don't know, it wasn't so bad. I think maybe we were overreacting about being one person. Overreacting my ass! What a nightmare! It's still making my ghostly skin crawl just thinking about it. No, I think I've decided you're being unreasonable. It was cool being alive again for a while as a strange, unsettling mutant. If we didn't explode ourselves so fast, it could have been an adventure, maybe. Oh sure, that's easy for you to say. You weren't the one getting the short end of the shared personality stick. Maybe if your personality was as much an upgrade to mine as mine was to yours, I would have been cool with it too. You might be right, actually, it was pretty neat. What? Getting to feel all the amazing self-esteem you get to feel. I didn't really know what it felt like, I mostly only knew what the pretend kind was like, so thank you for letting me feel that, I guess. Ha ha ha, you were welcome. Now that you mention it, maybe there was a silver lining to the freak show. Someone else finally got a chance to feel firsthand how great it is being me. Yeah, it must be pretty great overall, so aside from being partially me briefly, how have you been? Okay, that mostly. Yes, me too. Yeah, hey, sorry about that, by the way. About what? About killing you. It wasn't very cool of me. Oh wow, Whisker is apologizing. Alright, I almost forgot that even happened. How could you forget? Haven't you been pissed off at me about it? No, I mean, it was pretty much my fault, I think. I attacked you with my bogus self-esteem and I paid the ultimate price. No, you idiot, that's not what happened at all. I stabbed you through the chest because I was being a huge bitch. I mean, it was a long time ago, but that's not really how I remember it. Stop being so stupid, that's so stupid. No, you are stupid. You are such a pain in the ass when you are dead. Let's just agree it was my fault and drop it. No, but okay. And being dead is such drag. I don't know if I can deal with this shit anymore. I think it's alright. Oh, come on, it's so boring. What a completely pointless and hollow existence this is. And if the existential malaise wasn't bad enough, now I have to be constantly watching out for that fucking orange guy. Orange guy? The orange guy. Haven't you seen him? No. I see him. Well, there's an orange guy. You mean the bird version of Dave? No, not Dave Sprite, it's just some random pointless orange guy who's been hassling me for some reason. I can't catch a break. And if that weren't enough of a nuisance, we apparently got to deal with getting yanked out of the afterlife without a moment's notice by some bozo in a codpiece to participate in this grotesque body fusion pranks. Between you and me, I'm starting to think we are getting jerked around here, you know. Some inexplicable forces out there are fucking with us. They are doing everything in their power to make sure that when we are not being totally humiliated, we are staying completely irrelevant. We can't let them toy with us and just sweep us under the carpet like that. I'm not going to let our relevance be marginalized anymore, Tefros. What are you going to do? I think it's time to start fucking some shit up. Whisker is not fine with being written out of the story. This is probably the most Whisker thing ever. Oh no, more like, oh yes, I'm sick of this shit. I'm sick of being dead and useless and bored and I'm not going to take it anymore. You are with me, right? No way, I like being dead. I like it how there are no responsibilities or problems usually. Typhus, that is the lamest thing I've ever heard you say, which is really saying something. Yes, it is. You've got to quit that loser attitude and get your ass out of the sand. That's just your low self-esteem talking again. Yes, I know. I'm going to have to insist. You are going to join me, and together we are going to fuck shit up. No, I'm not. Yes, you are. No. Yes. No. Yes. Yes, I will definitely cooperate with you wholeheartedly. Damn it. Okay, fine. Your mind control powers. But I'm actually pretty proud of Tough that he really stood up for himself. Jake, proceed to time capsule. Oh, we are going back to Jake. You cannot proceed to the time capsule because you are lying on the floor unconscious. While descending deep into the ruins, a sudden earthquake jammed the elevator on its way down, causing you to take a nasty spill to the floor below. Luckily, you were wearing your trusty skull top, preventing a more serious concussion. You nevertheless lost consciousness and attempt with all your might to regain it. I have the feeling I'm not pronouncing that. Consciousness? Like this, right? Consciousness, thank you. Jake, regain consciousness. You fail to regain consciousness. Oh, time for a dream bubble. Years in the past. But centuries in the future. God, all this China shenanigans. Tefros is trying, yeah, he is trying. So there actually will happen a thing with Whisker in the future that I don't really like, but in order to understand this you have to follow the story of dead Whisker, so we are getting there. Jake with Pond. Timius testified TT began pestering Dolgozer's terror GT. Happy 13th, bro, I have something for you. Wow, Nelly, you are too kind, my friend. What is it? It's no big deal since it's nothing I wasn't planning on giving you anyway. I just sort of happened to finish it today. I think I catch your drift, so my new Tin Comet finally gets a head on his shoulders, eh? Yeah, assuming I can actually send it today without another untimely paradoxification. If not, then hey, you get a sequel full of birthday slime instead. Oh, hell no, man. Well, listen, if you're going to send anything to me, slime or otherwise, can you please at least not make the shit appear directly over my head this time? The last thing I need on my B-Day is another installment of, and I quote, Man, Bro, Bakaki Theater. Did I really just say these 3 words after all the other? You still don't actually know what that means, do you? Not really. It's your freaking figure of speech, man. I guess I'd just meant getting slimed like in Ghostbusters or some such kind of. I told you to look it up. Yeah, I'm a busy fella, Dirk. Wikipedia is a lot of letters to type in a thing for a man of action on the go. I'm always doing adventures, remember? That is that bullshit. You sit in your little jungle globe watching movies all day. Well, yes, but okay, I have a lot of movies to bone up on. There are so many good ones I still haven't seen. You think literally every film you watch is a masterpiece. I've never felt so much vicarious shame to someone else's atrocious taste in awful garbage. To you, I have impeccable standards. It's just there's so much good stuff out there and I've really been on a roll with my picks lately. Do you even hear yourself, dude? Your picks are everything and lately is always. Yes, I hear myself just fine. I hear a discrimination gentleman's melodious voice and it strikes my ears as a voice of reason. Hehe. Say, here's one I'm pretty excited about. Have you heard about this Avatar jam? It's coming out next year. You mean the blue furry shit? No man, it is no blue furry shit, far from it. Get this, it is about this paralyzed fellow who is down on his luck and longs for adventure and he finds it. But it is far away on an enchanted planet rich with coveted treasures, and adventure is not all that he finds. Oh no, he also finds romance. A beautiful blue woman from the wild teaches him the ways of a savage culture and also the ways of alien love. Together they frolic in the forest while sharing primal intimacies through magical sexual escapades. Ahahaha. What's so funny, wise guy? To borrow from one of the more benighted sectors of your zeitgeist, that was so gay. Excuse me, but I fail to see what could possibly be gay about some huge elegant blue man and woman having really spiritual intercourse with their tails or something. Well, you're obviously not literally. Jake, where I'm from, that word hasn't been used as a pejorative for even much at all in a really long fucking time. But you're from freaking Texas, aren't you? Yes, but not exactly. Orc, stop being such a cryptic troll all the time. Anyway, Avatar looks spectacular, and I think my preemptive review was spot on. The bloody end. Okay, but what you just said about those furries was gay as hell. It's time to face the facts. You're just treating my great taste in flicks to your aloof, hipstery disdain as usual. You don't know anything about that movie. Maybe you like it? Nah, I saw it already. That movie sucked the smelliest shit from the ugliest spot. Sorry, man. Well, now I know you were just trolling me. It won't be out for another year. Right, here, let me send you the rest of the robot already. You spent too long alone on that island as it is. I can never worry about you. A man can only spend so much time in the middle of the damn ocean with nothing but pop culture gratuitous and his own thoughts to keep him company. Alright, I hope it won't be as difficult to finish building as the rest was to assemble. No, just do the thing on it that's ready to go. Capital! Scoop that knocking my way at your ready, son. So, because we were talking about advertising movie, this one make so much money and left nothing cultural impact. I think there's this Tumblr post that says that there are like 26 fanfiction, and some of them are actually wrongly in the category and go to the other avatar, you know, the one with a lot of fanfiction. The Last Airbender, so yeah. Although the movie really is just exactly what Jake said. And the head is there. Oh cool, it worked. Hehe, you nerd. He's got your slick Japanese spectacles and everything. Why is this a metal man before me? Or is it none other than Dirk Strider himself in my room? One thing at a time, though I haven't quite figured out a way to get myself there yet. It almost sounds like this is something you've given some thought. Okay, well, I don't know what you were implying there, but why don't you snap that sucker on the torso and fire it up? Affirmative. Continue to buckle vacantly at your technical shenanigans. Schatz, der Fernseher ist noch laut.
Ich weiß. Müssen wir jetzt umschalten.
Your knack for gadgetry seems to surpass even my grandma's, and she was like this big-time gizmo legend. How do you even do this stuff? I guess from your perspective, I must seem hells of overpowered in a bunch of ways, which I kind of am. Like, with a ninja sword, I'm basically nuts, okay? If you say so, buddy, I can believe it. Yeah, but when it comes to building stuff, you're probably overstating things. Like, for example, if you told someone 100 years ago you could build a computer, they'd probably be like, wow, shit, look at this fucking genius. Actually, first of all, they'd say, what's a computer? I only know what horses and diseases are and shit like that. But once you actually tell them what computers are, Jesus, big, you are a wizard. From your perspective, you know it's not a big deal to build a computer. You just go online and buy a case and a motherboard and some other shit and put it all together. Not like you're smelting the goddamn silicone in your basement and making chips in your hermetically sealed dust-free garage. Yeah, but come on, it's not like you're from a century in the future. Well, no. Well, my quaint man of the past, pardon me, but do I sound like some Trolliker Bellwether toiling in the heart of the mustache, built from the rough and tumble year of 1909? He said unironically. Give me some credit, man, and some to yourself as well. You're too robust about all this robotics noise. I don't know. Full of time to work on stuff, I guess. There are a lot of irons. You know where they are? Here's a hint. It's a pretty hot place. The kitchen? Sure, I keep some irons there too, but most of them are in the fire. Oh, of course. Fire is quite notoriously the hottest thing there is. A tip-top local for a whole mess of irons. True that. Actually have so much to do and think about. One of my current projects hopefully will address that very issue. I want to make an AI replica of my own mind. He can share some of the load, as well as make a decent intellectual sparring partner ideally. Not that my conversations with you aren't a newlywed, but you know what I mean. See, again, I think you are downplaying a pretty accomplishment if you ask me. Shrug, we'll see. Does it mean I have to deal with two Dirks? One who is more machine than man, and another who is a computer program you made? Ha 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 ha. That's a super joke, but I'm guessing you won't be hearing much from the program. It probably won't play a significant role in either of our lives. I have my doubts that it'll be a successful project, but who knows? Oh, Dirk. I'd wager a tidy sum the results of the endeavor will be sensational. I believe in you. You do? Sure, bro, I always have. You've helped me out a lot, been a good friend for ages. What? Well, I wasn't sure about doing this today, but if it's true that you do believe in me, then I guess fuck it, why not? Why not what? I guess call it an extra birthday present. But instead of a present that's awesome, consider it more like a weird confession that may change the way you feel about me. Well, Dirk, are you, saying what I think? What do you think I'm saying here? Never mind, sorry for interrupting. Should I sit down for this? I don't know what to do. Wait, I already am sitting down. Maybe I should stand up? No, just chill out. Stand up, sit down, whatever. Here's the thing. You know all these painfully obvious hints I've been dropping that always seem to be flying over your head? Maybe? I think I need a towel or something. About me being from the future. Oh yes, I think so. Well, those weren't jokes, it's true. What? Oh man, are you actually serious? Yes, so like, you are from a century in the future? No, more like 4 centuries, the years 2422. Or as we say contemporarily, 411 PC, post-condescension. Well, I must say this is not the announcement I was expecting. So you're a time traveler from 2422 here to help me build robots or something? No, I can't time travel, I can only send things to time occasionally. I actually live here in the future, alone in my apartment. I can send messages to you in the past, so like I'm doing now. How? Years ago, our alien friend sent me a special chat client. It's basically just PastaCham with some sort of alien technology embedded. It's specifically wired to communicate with your time period. As hours go by for me, the time it sends messages to also increments by the same amount, so we communicate in lockstep, as if we both existed in the present. She said it was important for Roxy and I to begin communicating with you and Jane. This is how we all became friends. Wait, you and Roxy? Yes, she lives in the future too. So we live nowhere near each other. I asked her to refrain from telling either of you. I wanted to be the one to let you know, to wait for the right moment. Holy fucking mackerel, this is amazing. So, you really are trusting me about this, just like that, no second thought. Well, yeah, sure man, why not? Wait, it's not a prank, is it? No. No. Oh, sorry, I'm getting all getting choked up all the time. No, this would be very shitty and boring prank, I promise it isn't. Then heck yes, I believe it to freaking pieces, it's an awesome thing to be true. Haha, so what's the far-flung future like? Some sort of crazy robot paradise? Not quite, but they are definitely robots. Oh man, what are your movies like in the future? I bet there are some real cinematic humdingers. Like holographic stuff? Oh shit, you plug directly into your brain pod, right? Wait, do you have brain pods, right? No, we don't have brain pods. Because those aren't a thing, you just made it up, and there are no movies in the future. There are no humans either, they all went extinct. Roxy and I are the only ones left, as far as we know. Well, shit, Dirk, the story got so much less awesome. Is it too late to backpedal on believing it before I start to cry? No, dude, it's too late. Tears ahoy, this motherfucker gets sad. Do you want to know what happened? Sure do. Let me just finish putting the steel melon on my robot and then I'm all ears. Drake, complete robot. And he's gone. There, he's finished. Look at the spanking iron friend from the future. He is perfect. Oh shoot, Dirk, he just got blurry and disappeared. What the actual fuck? Don't worry, that's normal. Upon activation, he goes into stalking mode. Stalking mode? Yes, he will stalk you in the jungle and strike when your guard is down. What? That's crazy. Why would I want that? Didn't you want someone to get in scrums with? Well, yeah, but man, he will give you all the scrums you can handle. Trust me, this will sharpen your combat skills. I guess you're right. I was just picturing a little good honest rough housing. Why does the whole thing have to sound so sketchy and nerve-wracking? Do you want to hear my grim tales of the apocalypse or not? Yes, you're right. Let's put issues of fisticuffs aside for now. Tell me everything about the future. So how does humanity fuck up? Is it the nuclear holocaust? Or is it robots? Got to be the robots, right? As per the Terminator. No, it's more of a gradual decline in population than that, due to an insidious power grab by an aquatic alien empress. Oh, the old alien overlord story, got it. When does she show up? She's already there in your time period, hiding in plain sight. She has been for anywhere between 50 and 100 years. She's the Baroness of Crocker Corp, Jane's company. But of course, Jane has no idea. The Baroness has been using subtle strategies to manipulate the human population through her company for a long time. On November 11th, 2011, she finally made her presence known to the world along with her agenda for global domination. Geez, that is pretty scary, so in a few years she will be in charge of everything. No, not quite. That's just when the world finally sees her for the threat she is. She would continue to gain power by exploiting various institutions and the media from within. It would take the next several decades for her to claim the throne as Earth's absolute ruler. Her much domination was facilitated by a number of scumbag sympathizers and opposed by a few brave rebels, including my ancestor, Roxy's too. I think your ancestor qualifies as one too. In fact, I'm sure she must have been the first member of the covert opposition movement. My grandma? I do remember when I was very young she would tell me stories of the wicked woman who raised her. Was she the evil alien? Yep, that's the whole story right there, most of which is shrouded in rumor and urban legend. But before we get sidetracked by any of that, I'll try to cover the big picture, to give you a sense of all the budget lunacy that follows the Sea Hex power play. Nobody at the time knew what the fuck she wanted to accomplish or what her actual motives were. But in retrospect, it became clear she was trying to essentially restore the conditions of her old homeworld, which she used to rule over as well. She began instituting these crazy laws. First of all, people weren't allowed to reproduce. She found our usual method of procreation revolting, and anyone who engaged in it was punished by death. But she still needed an ongoing population of subjects to abuse, so to propagate the ways she set up this weird system. Random intervals, every citizen would be required to supply their genetic material to drones. That DNA would be collected and combined in some way. Many years later, long after the original donors had died, clones would be spawned from their DNA, so no one would ever be able to know who their parents were or be able to trace a lineage. It was only through a bit of good fortune that Boxy and I were able to discover who our ancestors were. They were the rebels you mentioned. Are they alive right now? I mean, in my time, yes. Oh, I'm very curious about them and also my grandma. I'll get to them, don't worry. Anyway, her imperious condescension turned out to be especially cruel to her human subjects. I am sure her rule was no picnic on her homeworld, but I think she resented humans' biological incompatibility with the ideal empire she envisioned, and became frustrated. Humanity wasn't even really her first choice for rule. There are reports that she attempted to clone members of her own species and replace the human population with them. But they all died. What happened to them? The rumor says it was her own pet who killed them. See, she traveled from her world to Earth in this huge red space ark. In it, she had gathered thousands of creatures from her planet, I'm guessing to save them from extinction. This more than anything has led me to speculate that some cataclysm happened on her homeworld and she moved on to greener pastures to rebuild her empire. She bred all these creatures in secret, increasing the numbers, preparing for eventual takeover. Each monster, Lucis Netaway, was meant to be kind of a caretaker of the young. You can see where the dramatic schism between our species and hers begin, and also why she had a reputation for being quite insane. But she also happens to have this one humongous sea monster Lucis that is like her own personal bodyguard and kind of a secret weapon. But it turns out, the thing is kind of an enigma, sort of a double-edged eldritch horror, as much in her service as it is calling the shots in some unfathomable way. Every time she tried to resurrect her race, it would slaughter them all spikily, as if it was keeping her ambition in check, or so the story goes. Budget lunacy is right. Wait, these beasts tend to the young? I can tell you from first-hand experience that monsters are totally rotten at taking care of kids. They do a bang-up job of making them scared, though. Exactly, the plan was beyond shitty. So does that mean you and Vox were raised by these things? Nope. It was a very short-lived experiment centuries ago. Humans just don't have the same evolutionary symbiosis with those things that her race had. Turns out a bunch of fucking alien monsters have no interest whatsoever in taking care of human babies. They mostly just wound up eating them or at best just abandoning them. Later, she instated a woozy droid system to serve the same function as she began phasing in more robotic solutions in favor of all this ill-conceived biotech nonsense that always did nothing but backfire. Even drones were replaced with robotic versions. I imagine they were just easier to produce and control, since she'd given up hope of perfectly mirroring her own civilization in all its convoluted symbiotic glory. But not without a good fight and not without taking her frustrations out on the human population. She attempted to enforce blood castings through efforts to genetically alter people's blood color. That was an ugly chapter. Not their fucking people died from the debacle. Over the last 400 years, the population just got smaller and smaller from these atrocities piling up, but she clearly didn't give a shit. All the while, the amount of dry land kept shrinking due to the gradual flooding. Soon there was hardly anywhere left to live, and then, that was that. No more people. Damn, wait, flooding? Oh yeah, probably should have mentioned this up front. One of the first things she did while in power was begin melting the ice caps. It took a while, but eventually the whole world flooded. That's how it is now, it's totally soaked up in this bitch. Wow, like the epic Kevin Costner film? Almost exactly, especially by the same degree of shittiness. Oh man, does that mean you have to drink your own pee? You get used to the taste, or come it even. That takes about 50 days in a row of hard piss drinking, so ooh, no, dude, no, ooh. Relax, I don't drink any goddamn piss, okay? Oh, okay, you. I guess you do this true what Thingy sees. To it that you have fresh water. Nope, so stopped being a thing a long time ago too, once humans went extinct. Oh, I thought. Well, who wasted them? Nobody, man. I waste my damn self. Jesus, Christopher Gringelfucker, and here I thought I was rugged. You are still pretty rugged. You are just a fucking dog about it. That's true. I guess I did have Cal looking after me. Let's not discount the wet services of the seaman, okay? Heaven forbid. And what about Roxy? This looks like the chessboard. Pretty sure the Quapians took care of her when she was young. Wait, so what's it? Right, another thing I forgot to mention. There are a lot of these humanoid creatures with hard shells, some black, some white. As humanity was dwindling due to an increasingly whimsical and psychopathic contents, she began introducing more of these Quapians to the scene. Are they aliens too? Sort of. They're definitely from other planets, so yeah, really, the deal with where they came from is a whole other story for another time. But the bottom line is at some point, somehow she started herding a bunch of them from their homeworlds onto Earth and multiplying them. Something like 100 years ago it became clear she favored these guys more than humans as her subjects. They are very loyal and seem genuinely dedicated to serving her. Must be what they were bred for. She still treats them like shit, so unsurprisingly, all these colonies started sprouting up, like these modular cities floating on the water. Probably sounds cooler than it is, but they're basically slums. That's where they tend to live in large numbers. Roxy lives in one of these colonies. It's about 2,000 miles from where I am. Hello, Lux. Thank you for coming. Good gravy. Those are exotic circumstances. And here I was thinking I had the most exciting adventurous life. It turns out I'm just some chump on Barringos Monster Island in the silly old pre-apocalypse. For what it's worth, I think it's gotta be more interesting living in the 21st century than the 25th. Like, it's really no contest. You're probably right. I'd be really keen on talking to Roxy about this too. I'm very curious about her experiences as a future lady with all the the hardshell folk. I must say it turns my previous perception of your life right on its frigging ear. Man, she would love to talk to you about all this. She hates keeping secrets. It's been killing her not to spill all these fucking beans away the hell prematurely. Like what is even your day-to-day business like and see Hitler's water apocalypse? Well, I mostly sit around in my apartment all day, building stuff, reading about history and flipping out with my sword. Sometimes I go fishing and check out the underwater ruins. She does plenty of useless fucking around too, but at least she's got a neighborhood. She also uses one of her gadgets to gang vegetables and stuff from the past. She tries to feed the hungry neighbors whatever she can scrounge up. Those are amazing stories. I'm so lucky to have friends like you. Oh snap, what about Jane? Have you told her? Jane is... No, I haven't. I've dropped some hints and tested her willingness to believe something like this. It's just not going to fly. It's way too much to drop on somebody all at once if they aren't receptive. True, but it seems a shame to keep her out of the loop. Well, tell her whatever you want. She likely thinks she's being fucked with. Personally, I wouldn't bother trying too hard to convince her. There's no point in alienating her. Someday she'll be ready to believe things. Okay, wow, I still have so many questions. It's incredible that this is all going to happen right around the corner. I don't know if I'm ready. Like I said, the changes will be a little more gradual than that, more clandestine. She'll exploit the fear caused by her revelation to the world to create intended reactions within governance and media, and her agents embedded on the inside will nudge things in the direction she wants. Then, 20-some years down the road, without anyone suspecting a thing, she'll suddenly be in complete control, and Earth will be fucked. I want to join the opposition. Fuck this witch, I have lots of guns and reckless power though, and I want to stop her. I'll pick up where my grandma left off. Well, aside from the main reasons that won't happen, which I won't get into, it still wouldn't be a good idea. Horse shit, why not? Because people way better at this than you tried and died. You said you wanted to hear about our ancestors. Heck yes, bro. Well, how much do you actually know about your grandma? What have you read and what do you remember? My memory of her's pretty foggy. I do know she loved adventure just like me. That's why she was exploring this island and raising me here when she died. She was a fair markswoman, and knew her way around an atom or two. Pretty sure her company made a tidy fortune till it went belly up. At least I still have a few for knickknacks for keepsakes. And as you confirmed, she was raised by that evil spinster, but then again, from some of the things my pen pal has said, kind of throw some of these details into question, so I don't know what to think. I don't know what the deal is with your pen pal either, and I'm not really prepared to speculate on that right now, but I'm privy to a shitload of hysterical data I can share. What's the last thing you remember about her? It was the night I found her dead. It must be pretty traumatizing to find your grandma dead. Especially if she raised you. She had gone off to study the ruins one day. I'm pretty sure that was her purpose on this island, to study the technology here and solve all of the astonishing mysteries. She even built a big fancy house we used to live in, so I guess she really wanted to settle here for a while. But she didn't come home from her expedition for a couple of days, so I started to get worried. I followed the trail we usually take to the lagoon while keeping my eyes peeled for monsters. But instead I found her lying there dead. I think a monster caught her off guard. There were 3 big fang marks in the body, and a trail of blood along the path. It looked like she was trying to get home but couldn't make it before succumbing to injury. But before I could even do anything about it, I heard an explosion. I looked back at the hill and my house was gone. Just a big poof of smoke where it was standing, so I lived alone in the jungle ever since. I've wondered about all that. Well, you never ask. Oh, I know, I would have, but asking about your past would have just been inviting you to do the same. You know how it goes. Indeed. But for the record, I don't think those were fang marks on the body, dude. No? Finish the story first. Then what? I also don't think those were fang marks. Oh no, poor little sad Jake. Oh, there's not much more to it. I had to deal with Grandma's body. I would have loved to give her a proper and dignified memorial like Jane's granddad got. God, Jane is so lucky every day, and her household must be like Wicked and Bernie's. What a riot it must be. I'm so jealous. Yeah, what a fucking treat. A living room corpse party every goddamn way. Sorry, I just had to smile because my cat is adorable right now. I know, right? Unless I had to dispose of the body with haste, so the monsters wouldn't eat her. So I just made a little campfire and burned it. I keep the ashes deep in the ruins, which is where I think she liked it best. Hopefully, there isn't an earthquake or something that would knock the urn over in a predictable and hilarious fashion. No way, man. I'd bet my bottom boonbuck that shit's eternally safe. That earn's like the Fort Knox of standing upright forever because of no accidents. Yeah, so then after camping out the next day, I went exploring and found my room globe mostly intact sitting in the jungle. So that's where I lived since, and that's pretty much it. I sure miss my grandma though. She was the best. She was definitely very brave, as the stories are true. Downright audacious, I say. What did you hear? Well, like I said, she was raised by the Bevonas. It was probably a worse childhood than either of us had. She wasn't related, obviously. And nobody's related to a damn fish alien. Expect other fish aliens, probably. She had an adoptive brother too. Life must have been miserable for both of them. Yes, I vaguely remember her mentioning him. Cripes, the things she told me now that I think about it. She said the witch even killed her dog. Is that true? I don't know, but wouldn't doubt it. There are other urban legends that she did a lot of experiments on animals and people, mostly to do with mind control. Like figuring out ways to unlock all of her psychic alien potential to increase her power. Not sure if that's true, or if it was actually successful, so what are you saying is pretty much any unspeakable horrible thing she could have done, she probably did? Yes. Anyway, your grandma managed to run away when she was quite young. Maybe it was a traumatic event like dog murder that prompted her to flee, who knows. Whatever the case, her bro stayed behind. The guy must have been seriously immune to witnessing fucked up shit, because he went on to be a famous comedian. A real kindly old cornball. A nicer guy you couldn't hope to meet, they say. Haha, wow, must have been a hell of a guy. So, you're not making any connections, yeah? Where? Huh? Famous comedian, about the age of your grandma, inheriting the family name of the Baroness. Not ringing a bell. What are you talking about? Dirk, stop speaking in riddles and keep telling the story. I'm on tenterhooks here. Okay, well, it's not like it's that important. Just the super obvious things that probably occur to you later when you're looking in the fridge you don't have, at which point you feel like an idiot. Oh my god, you can be one opaque motherfucker. Just clue me in, though. Nah, it'll be funnier this way. Strider! Moving on. So I think it's pretty much obvious to everyone here that the adoptive brother is this version of John. So it's Jane's granddad. Oh my god, why do we have so many flashing lights? Ouch. That kid kept the family name, but obviously your grandma didn't. She must have held a grudge against the Baroness her whole life. She started by taking a different name she knew would stick in her craw. Oh, I remember this. I believe she said the witch used to be married to a terrible man named English. So because the witch really hated that guy, she took on his name as sort of a big old fuck you to the woman. That's probably close to the truth, but it sounds like the kind of story an old lady tells her young grandson in a way he would understand. Or at least wouldn't scare the shit out of him. What I've read is something much more sinister as usual. There's supposedly only one thing the Baroness fears, and your grandma learned of this somehow. It wasn't an ex-husband, so it was her superior. Some kind of demon or another alien, no one really knows, but he went by the name English. He's supposedly even more brutal than she is, if you can believe that. So I'm named after a demon? What kind of demon is named English anyway? What kind of alien is named Crocker? Probably just a name he stole from someone else, like the Baroness did. I guess it's kind of cool being named after a demon who's so scary even the witch is afraid of him. Yeah, well, your grandma thought so. Everything she did in life thereafter seemed to be an effort to piss off the better witch. Like starting a competing tech company, heavily branded in a way that was presumably intended to remind the Baroness of her boss. Like with skulls and garish colors and shit. The dude is some kind of skull monster, I guess. I love skulls. I know. Stuff is getting together. What Hoppy would do? It was definitely brave on her part, but ultimately it got her a bankrupt company, a blown-up house, and a frog through the torso for her trouble. But he must have been the first to understand how dangerous the Baroness was while acting in covert opposition. Others would follow and continue to as of now in your time period. These are your ancestors. Yeah, mine and Roxy's were among them. Is stuff coming together? I couldn't tell. Did you mean the serious that it didn't coming, that you didn't see this, or was it like ironically? Anyone I've heard of course. All these fuckers are totally famous, obviously. Oh sure, obviously. We've talked about the guy I'm genetically derived from a lot actually. Like, you know, every time I've ever talked about my bro, get dukes, of course. So your future mindfuck career, you might be completely forget about your wanted Hollywood sibling. I should have asked where he fit into the picture. If you were raised alone, I can be dumb as a bag of penny candy sometimes. Sometimes, other times you're on point. Like a bag of the nickel chick. Well, now those are the sweets kept in reserve for millionaires. Such flattery. Okay, what we are saying stopped meaning anything, so I'll continue. Right, so then, he was never actually your bro. No, that's just kind of how I view him. Alone took a more maternal view of her ancestor. The lady who wrote all the dreary wizard books, I presume. Yeah. The Seattle series. Ever read it? Okay, I will say the Cottle series. Ever read it? No, I tried. It's too depressing and also kind of impossible to understand. I told Roxy I liked it, so I didn't want to hurt her feelings, so I don't say I said that. I think I'll wait for the movies to come out. I bet I like those better. You don't say? I do say. Hey, you must have seen them. What being the future? Are they any good? They are not. Prove to that, like I even believe you. The books are pretty interesting, so somewhat dense. They're supposedly heavily allegorical. Real representations of cosmic events surrounding the witch and her boss and how all this came about. It's the kind of thing you wouldn't pick up on unless you were someone who understood what happened, like the Condors. Which was kind of the point. I think it's raining. I think it was her way of letting the witch know I am onto you. In the early days of the resistance movement, they both opposed her more indirectly through their art, like critics of tyrannical governments often used to. They had to be careful, didn't want to make big waves too early. My bro did this too with his many fine films. Practically everything was a symbol for something. Either in mockery of the better witch or conveying some hidden message to its audience. Each film was always rigorously picked apart for its head-scratching symbolic meaning. But he managed to accomplish all that without ever compromising the purity of his ironic vision, which I think was admirable. Sweet Bro and Hella Jeff, the movie. Fuck yes, the Sweet Bro and Hella Jeff films rule. Screw the haters, that's what I say. You also say that about Weekend at Bernie's. And that is a scandalous mischaracterization. Nobody hates Weekend Bernies. The Weekend Bernies films are generally regarded as so unremarkably mediocre and don't even attract any trolls who care enough to shit on it. Believe me, I've tried to get in debates with people about it. Yeah, you pretty much touche the fuck out of that. But we are definitely in agreement about my bros film as a masterstroke they were. He just kept cranking them out too. He really stepped up production after 11. Even though the cat was finally out of the bag, he was very dedicated to his craft. Dang, I can hardly wait to see them. Yeah, I wouldn't hold your breath about that. Why not? Man, fuck it, I'll just send you some. Just keep a lid on them, we don't need any word causality fifth-waving its head here, that would be dumb. I will guard each glistening compression artifact with my life as if a jewel pilfered from a tomb. Which was the last you saw? Well, there was Sweetbro and Hella Jeff the movie, and Sweetbro and Hella Jeff the film. Oh yeah, and Sweetbro and Hella Jeff the movie. I think Sweetbro and Hella Jeff the movie is still in production, right? But honestly, I get confused about which particular misspelling is attributed to which film, or even if I'm getting the misspellings right. The key to sorting it all out is to understand it doesn't actually matter. To video streaming services, you would frequently set it up so that buying a certain title would ship you the wrong film. And often titles for movies were ever labeled for sale that just straight up didn't exist, or would be sold for dollar amounts that made no sense, like 2,890.1. And sometimes buying a download would actually deposit money into your account instead of deducting from it. It was all part of the experience. Your forebears are certainly entrepreneurial, if nothing else. I can get behind the idea of making a killing if it means I also get to be as good at doing adventures as I hope to be. Did they ever bring the battle to the witch's doorstep, or were the blows dealt strictly through public masquerades and theatrics? Yes, I got pretty deep into the shit eventually. They were both very skilled combatants. I'm pretty sure she had some weird powers too. Powers, you say? Communion with occult forces, something like that. She knew things, had visions. That's why she was able to write those books, and more importantly, Voxy and I were able to survive here. How? They knew we would be here someday, so they prepared for our arrival. I live in what used to be my bro's old apartment 400 years ago. The whole city is gone, but this one unit was somehow protected. He left some supplies for me here, like a lifetime supply of orange soda and the crawl space, along with a fuck ton of Sweetbro and Hella Jeff merch. It was like discovering my own personal holocaust of bulbous, justing bottoms. Plus some weapons, some other gear, and a killer pair of shades. Roxy's mom used to live in her place too and left some stuff she might need lying around. This was way before there were collaboration colonies though. I think her house must have been a kind of colonized structure, like a traditional colony. Something built to undergo modular self-replication if activated. I'm sure her mom knew that. It's been a good way for Vox to blend in. I stick out like a sore thumb here, of course, but it hasn't really been a problem yet. So, they knew you would show up in the future someday and prepared for that. Doesn't that mean they also knew they weren't going to be able to stop the witch? Probably. But they went down fighting anyway. Wow, that's brave and kind of sad. Yeah, but wouldn't you? Of course, you always go down guns blazing. That's what a hero does when he loves adventure and has guns. If there's one thing movies have taught me besides the fact that guys using a corpse as a silly puppet is freaking hilarious, it is that fact. It's not like their rebellion was totally futile. They took a lot of shitheads down with them. Who? Sympathizers. Just the sort of such scoundrels turn my let me do this again. Just the sort of such scoundrels turns my stomach. They should. In order for you to understand, I'll have to fill you in on the ridiculous final gaps of human civilization taking place over the several decades leading up to its absolute enslavement. The decades which immediately followed the rebranding. Okay, before we continue, let me go to the bathroom really quick. Okay, I am back. And I hit my elbow, ouch. As I mentioned, Crocker Corp's rebranding on 3/11, as it was often referred to in the news, totally changed everything. It marked the beginning of a completely shameless downward spiral of Western civilization through a series of events that were probably hard to notice at the time, but quite glaring when evaluated historically. So the Baroness made very few substantive gestures of aggression. The global fear of her looming threat would trigger all the changes she needed. Governments prepared for war as if to defend against the invading alien army she undoubtedly commanded. But of course, she had no army. She was always the only of her kind. Instead, the world powers were only setting about to build her armies for her. The media deteriorated into this preposterous circus that was in all practical ways inseparable from the power base and government institutions. Popular entertainers became dangerous demagogues, and their roles in the media blurred with those of executive authority. And the most dangerous were the ones who fed into the fear and hysteria most effectively. These tended to be plants, unscrupulous shills paid by the Baroness to move her agenda forward. Dang, I would like to think I will not be suckered by the silvery tongues whenever they come along. Well, the thing is, most of them are already on the scene on their time. Who? Ever hear of Guy Fieri? No, I don't think so. Your fortunate son. He was an especially degenerated piece of filth. He used his connections and guile to wiggle into the spotlight, and then onto other positions of power. He somehow landed in the US Supreme Court. Over the years, other justices started mysteriously disappearing without being replaced. After helping rewrite the Constitution to form an incomprehensible patchwork of fascism, theocratic mandates, recipes, and bad web lyrics, he weaseled his way up the ranks to become the High Chaplain of Interstellar War. I'm just gonna cut to the chase, because really, this ended big history lesson here. He eventually came to be regarded as the third and final Antichrist. No other human history was responsible for more death and suffering. That boorish cur. Yes, it's exactly the phrase I would use to describe someone responsible for the extermination of 5 billion people. It was just so uncivilized of him. Guy Fieri is the first time I've wondered if celebs know about being name dropped in Homestuck. Good question. How could such an atrocity be allowed to happen? Was his personal magnetism really that overwhelming? Maybe overwhelming in the wrong direction, yeah. But it didn't happen overnight. It was a gradual decline in the integrity of the system that allowed it. Eventually, the wheels came off on the political scene with the absurdity of the media circus. By the time Presidents Jay and Dope were elected, Western civilization had officially fucked itself over forever, and I think everyone knew it. Oh no, when does it happen? 2024, the last free election the world would ever see. Oh no, we have 2024 and we are going into something that is very, very similar to what they say. I'm so predicting the future. So, like, they were on the ticket together as president and vice president? No, man, they were both president. They were the first dual presidents of the United States of America, although the last. They were also the first and last Jackalope presidents. The founding fathers warned us about this, but nobody listened. They did warn us about what exactly? The merciful executives. George Washington had prophetic nightmares about them. He tried to warn people and get language amended to the Constitution to prevent it. Like forbidding the election of what he famously described as a pair of salty baths for unruly jesters given to the sweet drink. But everyone just thought he took too hard in the colonial cannibals or whatever. I'm not sure I follow. These are like clown presidents or such. Yes, they were a shitty web duo from your time. But they ran a hell of a campaign. By then the Jackalope party had gotten huge, while the numerous other candidates split the moderate vote. They retained a very energized and devoted base. You could say the party had a big tent. Dirk, I really dislike the future you are describing. Hey, me too. They were swept into office on a wave of Fago, and the presidential inauguration was the biggest gathering of the Jackalopes of all time. They all host each other down on the White House lawn with shitty soda. The DC and the Capitol thereafter officially stood for a dark carnival. Of course, the campaign was helped considerably by having support from the Baroness. In retrospect, people developed the impression that it was all a part of her sick sense of humor. There was a sense that she just laughed the idea of delegating the extreme subjugation of the world's population to a pair of demented clown rappers. Some have speculated this was just another way she was attempting to resurrect her previous model of governance, so this seems kinda far-fetched to me. Who the fuck ever heard of an alien juggalo? To me, this is about as stupid as exactbot theories get. Hey look, it's Dave. Like, alternate Dave. I still don't really know what a juggalo is. Do they juggle? Don't worry about it. People were less prepared for a double juggalo presidency than they ever imagined. I'm not even going to get into all the horrifying details. Trust me, you just start to feel dirty reading about it. From the moment Phoebe held up the Bible to swear them in, and the three of them proceeded to publicly defecate on it while freestyling rap lyrics, that was it. Everyone in the world watching it on TV just said, well, show's over. Civilization was pretty cool while it lasted. The next several grueling terms of the presidency was a weird combination of authoritarian practice. The Baroness used it as a puppet regime, while still basically giving them carte blanche to carry out their idiotic whims. Fagel was pumped through the plumbing instead of tap water. The new national pastime was having type 2 diabetes. And the national anthem was replaced by a 3-minute high reverb audio clip of President J farting into a microphone while laughing. Chaplain Fury was also raised to set up the death camps in which anyone on the planet could be imprisoned if they were not deemed sufficiently merciful. And so the cleansing began, priming humanity for its new ruler waiting in the wings. This was when our ancestors had enough. The resistance movement had failed, but they could at least bring the war criminals to justice. My bro finally caught up with the presidents and challenged them to a duel. They accepted, having for years regarded him as a cocky rural rapper who failed to show them the proper respect. In their arrogance, they invited him into the foul belly of the carnival, believing they could teach him once and for all what it truly meant to be down with the clown. For centuries thereafter, survivors of the Holocaust would cite the rooftops showdown as one of the most heroic moments in human history. Heck yeah. He killed them both. Unfortunately, as they were only figureheads, no liberation followed. There would be no parades in the streets or statues cast or medals awarded. The few witnesses would report seeing only a man with a sword on a shitty skateboard gently rising into the night sky. No one ever saw him again. Meanwhile, Roxy's mom was tracking down the hijacker plane. His crimes had already been committed. She couldn't repay them by any stretch of the imagination, but she could wipe the bloodstained grin off that fat bastard's face. She gouged his eyes with a pair of needles. Oh, I trauma. And rode his torso to the bottom of the bloody folds. Reports of what happened to our ancestors after that are sketchy. There were no eyewitness accounts I found, but some believe they regrouped and confronted the Condense herself. With all her high-ranking officers dead and the human population decimated and sufficiently groomed for her arrival, there was no reason to stay behind the scenes anymore. After those dreadful years of putting up with a more vulgar brand of authoritarianism, when she finally stepped forward to claim her throne, it actually came off as somewhat dignified, elegant in a way. She was no less severe, but at least she knew how to act like an empress. I see her controlling the G-Cat. But even if they did manage to confront her, there was no way they could win. She had too many crazy alien powers. Her boss supposedly had checked her power levels through the roof. I even heard, and don't quote me on this, that she may have been over 9,000, old Dragon Ball joke. Heavens to Betsy, that figure is just absurd. Yeah, and that's not even to speak of the generic smorgasbord of other powers she was rumored to have. It gets hard to separate the fact from the urban myth, but for reference, if you want to believe it all, just picture all the X-Men combined into one sexy fish woman in a skin-tight suit. Wow, mama! Whatever actually went down, they are surely both dead now. I guess it had to happen like that, so. There's no way the Condense would allow us to be born within even a century of our genetic forebears. The thought of that was completely disgusting to her. But I really would have liked to be able to meet them. I guess some things would just be too awesome to ever stand a chance of happening. Yeah, I know the feeling. Wait! What? Dirk, didn't you tell me at some point that you did find evidence the witch kills them? As of now, no. Are you sure? I swear I remember you saying something about that. How could I have said anything like that before today? This was obviously the first time I mentioned any of this. Oh, I am just having the nuttiest deja vu thing going on now. I feel weird. I guess I'm mistaken. Never mind. Okay, I will discard your anomalous opposition for now and continue conversing as if it never happened. Right, good plan. Anywho, that's a heck of a tragic and thrilling tale, Dirk. I'm still totally cockeyed and catawampus about it all. I don't even know what to think. But you believe me, right? Oh yeah, every word of it. Wow. Why shouldn't I? You are my friend and I trust you. I still just think it's impressive is all, even after all this time. You're pretty much a one-of-a-kind dude. Hey, not really. I just like believing stuff and believing in people. Wait, what do you mean? About what? And you said after all this time. You just told me now. Yes, hang on, Blark. The deja vu shit is happening again. Okay, I'm sure we've had this conversation before. So many things are familiar. Remember you saying the one-of-a-kind dude thing, and I remember saying the word catawampus and all of it. What's going on? Took you long enough to figure it out. Pages really are a slow-burning class. Damn. Figure what out? You were asleep. Oh, that's right. I fell off the platform thing and I guess I got knocked out. Yep. So I'm dreaming. Kinda. It's a dream bubble. What's that? A place in the infinite abyss where sleeping people can share dreams with each other while revisiting memories. Although, where they can meet dead people. So we are sharing a dream together? And you're currently asleep too? Currently in the future? No. Even if I was, I wouldn't visit a dream bubble. That only happens when your dream self is dead, like yours is. Mine is not. I guess I understand. So what's the deal then? Wait. You said this is where they meet dead people too. Shit. Dirk, are you dead? Are you a ghost? No, dude, chill. I am fine. Then what the fuck is going on? Who am I talking to? Well, who are the people you talk to when you have a regular dream? But, like just a boring normal dream and there's a person you're talking to. Who is that? I don't know. It's nobody. Just a projection of your own mind. Dream bubbles don't always need to be shared by dreamers or dead people. You can go to sleep and wake up in one alone, reliving an old memory. Kind of like a normal dream, until you remember it's just a memory, which is where we are now. Okay, so I'm having like a lucid dreamy thing in a magic bubble and you are just like a figment of my imagination. Yes, basically. So I'm talking to myself. That's kind of stupid. Well, yeah, but not quite. You could view me as a projection of the real darkness in your mind as respect to all of your thought patterns about him. So I'm kind of a splinter of his corporal self who happens to live in your awareness. I'm a startlingly close approximation to the real thing for all intents and purposes. Just how startlingly close are we talking? I'm not going to give you a bogus percentage like the glasses cause that's not my shtick, but pretty damn close. Okay, that's fair, but man, there's something that feels kind of weird about this. With being in my head, it's a little messed up. What's messed up about it? You were the one who put me here with your intimate understanding of all his mannerisms and predictilations. His limited existence is pretty much how he rolls. This is how shit is, bro. Okay, I'm sorry for saying it's messed up, but it's still a bit frustrating. I've been trying to talk to you all day, but all I get is your pesky responder biddling me at every turn and your freaking robot punching me across the ocean, and then doing a weird tantrum and whipping his nuclear heart out in front of me. And you said, well enough, I tumbled off the doohickey and knocked myself out, and now I'm strolling down memory lane with your fake brain ghost. It's like you were surrounding me from all sides with imitations of yourself, but never the real you. Jeez and fucking crackers, when do I just get to talk to the actual Dirk? Jake, what do you even know about someone's actual self? What's make it actual? What is actuality? What a horseshitty question. Sorry, suddenly tired. I don't know anything about actuality, I guess, but I know some. Why do so babble horseshit when I get blasted here? I'm just saying this isn't really your field of expertise. Dirk is a hard guy. He's the one walking the path of self even when he doesn't know it, like right now. But what does that mean? And how can you really be made of only my thoughts when I don't even know what you are talking about sometimes? Or when I didn't know some of the things you are telling me, like about being in the dream bubble. How can I tell myself about that stuff through brain ghost, Dirk? Who says you don't know these things on one level? I don't think I do. I have no business knowing those things. Pages have a lot of untapped potential. That's practically all there is to the class, actually. But when they eventually find it, look out, and the ones who deal in hope, shit man. I'm scared of you already, and I'm not even real. Are you sure you aren't real? No offense, but I kind of get the same smartest vibe from you as I do from the responder. Like, haha, I have the same basic personality as Dirk, but without any accountability or anything, so let me just be kind of flippant and mess with this Jake fella's head. You know what I'm saying? Yes, that's a surprisingly decent observation about me. Yeah, see, I think I maybe did a little too good of a job brain cloning you. This is way too much like talking to the real fake Dirk. Holy cow, what a dumb sentence that was. You did do a good job, a perfect job in fact, and top potential, remember? I don't think one of Dirk's splinters could exist nearly as well in anyone's mind other than yours. Well, that's just spiffy for me, but I'm starting to feel somewhat like I'm being haunted by you now. I just want to talk to my real buddy, and by real I just mean the original guy. What do you even want to say to him? Oh, I don't know. It's not like you can keep any secrets from me here. I pretty much am your brain. Ah, no, don't say that. It's a word. So weird. You do realize he's coming for you, Dirk, in the real world. The man has his designs. Yes, I know. Wanna talk about it? With you? No, that's like talking to him about it, which is like really jumping the gun, I think. What better chance is there to try talking about it than with a stunt double for your hyper-aggressive suitor within the safety and privacy of your own mind? But I can't. Yet I just can't. There are some feelings I'm not sure how to put into words yet, and doing it in front of you, whether you are a stunt double or brain puppet or whatever, just makes me feel uncomfortable. So there are feelings you don't want to try to put into words even while you are dwelling entirely within the realm of your own mind. Yes. What is so hard to understand about that? What about the spider ghost, huh? The girl you saw, when you got fucking clobbered by Dirk's robot and you passed out. You dreamed about a spider ghost alien girl. Oh yeah? What about her? You like her. Man, what? At Stump I saw her for 3 seconds and she waved at me and I woke up. Yeah, and it took all of 3 seconds for you to fall in love with this huge spider ghost. Why do you keep calling her a ghost? Because she's been dead for a zillion years, dude. Oh well, holy shit. It won't change the fact that you like her, let's not pretend it will. You're going to make things complicated for yourself. No, I won't. Yeah, you will. You're too fucking wishy-washy. Between Dirk, Spider Ghost, Jane. Man, poor Jane. What about Jane? You tell me. What was even the deal with that? Our last chat ended on a very pleasant and amicable terms. He was upbeat and chipper as ever. I failed to see what reason one might have to feel sorry for her. Yeah, you totally read her like a book. Really handled that conversation like a champ. Wait, didn't I? Look out, bitches. It's Jake, the overlay Slayer English. He's packing heat and is frequently able to pass a literal meaning of things women say. What are you getting at? We are running out of time. She'll be here soon. Jane? No, doofus. Spider Ghost. Well, okay, wait, she is? Oh, fuck. Look at you, I'm telling you. 3 damn seconds of opening an alien in a blue dress and you're completely hopeless. Stop fidgeting around like that. Your hair looks fine. Do you want me to tell you how your breath smells? Screw you, I'm cool as such a cucumber. Okay then, why does my breath not smell okay? You're dreaming, Jake. Your breath is only a thing if your brain wants it to be. Oh, okay, View. When is she coming? Why is she visiting my dreams? Soon. She's been waiting for the right time to enter, waiting for you to snap out of the memory. Clearly, the girl has the patience of a saint. Alright, dang, it's warm in this dream bubble. How can I be sweating in a dream? Where do I keep the dream towels? Well, you calm the fuck down. I'm a figment of your imagination and you are still making me nervous. But really, who is she? What's her deal and what does she want from me? It's all the so-called untapped potential in my subconscious, taking the form of yet another sassy Dirk clone seems to know everything. Would it be okay if I troubled my own brain for a few flipping answers? You should try to be more polite to me, seeing as I'm a representation of your entire mind. I have complete control over all your basic functions. I could trigger a particularly spirit bowel movement right before she gets here, so what you step? Ah, no, I'm sorry, don't. Just kidding you, Jesus. I would never make you shit your pants in front of a girl you like, even if he does happen to be my chief competition. We Dirk splinters can be pretty Machiavellian, but we do actually have some fucking standards. Okay, thank you for promising to keep my trousers tidy. Anyway, she's visiting now to bring you into the loop on some things. Important details you should know about your relation to the bigger picture, the much, much bigger picture. I still don't understand how you know. Excuse me, my brain knows this stuff because I'm a page. How does that make sense? And also, if you know the things you will say, why don't you just tell me the things? Intuition and the subconscious mind are powerful things when harnessed the right way. As for why I don't tell you, I not just let her tell you. You are the one with the damn crush on her. Okay, dude, she's here, shush. I know. Oh man, what the fuck are you looking at me for? Say something to her, jackass. Okay, I will, you're distracting me so. Can you scoot over a bit? Oh my god, fine. Hi there, welcome, don't mind him, he's just a brain clone of my best friend. I know that sounds crazy, huh? Bro, she can't even see or hear me. You're making a fool of yourself. Wait, she can't. Why didn't you tell me that? You're really throwing me off here. I don't know. I guess I didn't think you were going there for a neurotic meltdown at the sight of a girl. I thought you were supposed to know stuff like that, seeing as you are literally my brain. God damn it, well you just chillax and woo this fucking ghost, babe. How can I chillax when you keep talking to me? It's really disconcerting. You're totally embarrassing yourself, dude. You're talking to nobody. Man, I'm starting to feel bad for Spider Ghost. Look at her, she's getting uncomfortable. Just shut up, I can't think. You are being so lame. I don't care if I'm a figment of your imagination or not. I can't take this bullshit. Either you get your shit together and put the moves on the stat space vixen, or start fucking with your cortex and make you pop a dream boner. Oh god, no, you don't, you dare! You don't think I'll do it? No, please, please, please do not give me a boner, Dirk! So we take the plans in motion. Next stop, Boner City. So that was the plan all along, to give me a boner. You got one. You motherfucker! Oh, T here, false alarm. I see. Very funny, cool guy. I think you are full of shit. You are bluffing. You don't even have the power to give me a fantastic erection. Jake, please. Members of the Juggalo party aren't the only ones who can pitch a big tent. Then go ahead. Make my fucking day. I'm ready for you. You think I'm afraid? I'll take your boner-matic like a man. I'm not ashamed. I will stand tall and proud at full mast in front of this pretty alien. Do your worst, you bastard. This is so stupid. You are so out of your mind. And this is coming from your mind itself. I can't even watch this. I'm out of here. Well, good riddance to a run eclipse that douchebag rubbish is what I have to say about that. I wonder what Jack up to right now. What? I mean, what? Who's Jack? Just talk to the girl, okay? We have some damage control to do. Jack, start jailbreak adventure. So yeah, this is one of the parts that I kinda see as the filler of Act 6 that doesn't really have any purpose. This is just a reference to another Entuhasi comic. You wake up locked in a deserted jail cell, completely alone. There's nothing at all in your cell, useful or otherwise. Jack, tap to pry open window. There are no objects around with which to pry open window. Look at that. This frame is precisely identical to the previous frame. Deodorant's nothing whatsoever was a dumb idea. Do you realize this adventure is nearing 5,000 panels? And now we have to watch you flounder around in a jail cell for God knows how long. Exactly how many panels do you want us to go on for? Over 9,000? Nobody wants that. Nobody even wants to hear the phrase over 9,000. You need to begin making better decisions if you want to escape. At least it'll be fun, filler. Is it fun if Jack is on page? Jack, get key. What did you not understand about the statement? There is nothing at all in your cell, useful or otherwise. There is no key. It is an extremely crude drawing of a key on the floor, really. The drawing is so bad it's ridiculous to think that some prankster thought it would fool you, which it did. Whoever drew this key clearly was employing the most primitive drawing tools available. You're obviously being fucked with in the stupid jail cell. You expect that you will continue to be fucked with, and it makes you wish you could stab something. Jack, get pumpkin. What fucking pumpkin? There's no pumpkin. Once again, there's nothing at all in your cell useful or... Oh, god damn it. Okay, a pumpkin appears. You guess it must be feeding time for the prisoners. These Prosperity jails are like luxury suits compared to the panel system on doors. Should be the softest time you ever did. Jack, consume pumpkin. What a horrible idea. You don't eat fresh produce. The thought is revolting to you. What do you think these sharp teeth are for? Or what's left of them at least? You'll have to make a note to file a protest with your lawyer. Complain of cruel and unusual treatment. The court and criminal justice system will undoubtedly see to it you are given some proper meat to consume. Perhaps a crime cut of filet mignon as if you are a guest of honor. Or a bunch of powder puffs with all their namby-pamby morals and compassion. This kingdom makes you sick. Jack, look out window. You step up on the little Kirby thing to get a better look outside. Can't make a plan without getting your bearings. The jail cell is here. Lone sentry is on duty below. You shout out a few obscenities his way. You wonder aloud what the guy has to do to get a decent meal around here. Hey, you're talking to that guy. It's no use though, he ignores you. Just look at the stoic face, the unshakable discipline, the stalwart sense of duty and pride. This is what it means to be a member of the Prospician Royal Guard. What a load of shit, you grumble to yourself, but loud enough for him to hear. You know, I never really thought about which kind of chess pieces Jack and the others are. Like, I don't think he's like a pawn, probably one of the higher ranking ones, but which one do you think is fitting for him? Jack inspect Pumpkin. That guy won't be of any use. You doubt you could even manage to lure him into your pissing radius magnificence, so it is. He gives a pitiful god a little kick. A terrible thought occurs to you. What if you have no choice but to eat this awful thing? You can't let it come to that. You have to get out of here. Hold on, what's that? Don't know enough chess to know the rankings. It's more like every piece is moving in a different direction, and the pawns, they only can move in one direction and attack in one direction, and then the other ones, they have like more stuff. Like the king and the queen are like the highest ranking, could you say, because for the king to go checkmate, if the king is checkmate, then the game is won, and the queen can pretty much go wherever she wants on the board. And then I don't know the English names, but there's the knights and the towers and the bishops, I think, and they all have a like a gimmick to them, how you can move them. Like the tower can move to the up and to the right, and as far as it wants, but it can never go like, how do you say this in English? I need a chessboard. Google, help me. Okay, a chessboard. Okay, so the tower can go like this or like this. This is a bishop, they can go like this or like this. This is a knight, they can go like this. And the pawns, they can only go like this. And if they attack, they can only attack like this. And like I said, the king, he can only go like one at a time, but he can also move freely on the board. But this is the one you have to protect. And the queen can do whatever she wants. You can move her like this, or like this, or like this. But only in one direction, if I think about it. Like, you can't go like this and then like this. Okay, this was an impromptu chess lesson. Take a closer look. You'd think I know this stuff. I spent my teenage years obsessed with Six when the gay ship of Trash frequently played chess together. I guess they didn't really do it with the rules in front of you. Please look inside. Eureka, Dwarf, you beautiful bastard. Looks like you snuck something inside the pumpkin to help you escape. Probably a bomb. You're going to have to remember to give him a promotion when you get out of here, or at least reduce his daily newspaper floggings. Need to think of a way to get the bomb out of there. Can't just smash it with your foot or it might explode and take your leg off. Too bad they confiscated your knives, or you could slice the thing open neatly. Maybe even carve a funny face into it. Hehe, you bet you're the first guy who ever thought of doing that. Check, search for carving apparatus. Hang on, you remember seeing some pointy things just outside the window. Luckily, both kingdoms are totally covered in pointy things. Can't swing a dead cat without impaling it on one. Check, take pointy thing. Snap. You snap off a golden pointy thing. Should be sharp enough to do the trick. Oh, also, is a gay ship of choice Professor Xavier X Magneto? Check, carve pumpkin. It slices through the meat of the vegetable like a sharp spear to a thick squash. This is working so well. Who the hell needs a trusty knife? And you are this resourceful screw knives. You take it back. You can't stay mad at knives. Check, open it. Yes, Chevik, if you wanted to use a ship name. Ship name? Oh yeah, thank you for telling me I didn't know the ship name. You can taste your liberation already. You can't wait to hear the sweet ticking of the bombs that is definitely in there. That will be the sound of freedom, you decide. You pull off the lid to reveal a whole bunch of knives. God damn it, Droll. You are welcome. So dumb. He's not the sharpest tool in the shed. Also, now that you think about it, he might be by default, since he's just sent you all the sharpest tools in the shed. Oh well, you can probably get some use out of these. You've never once been disappointed to receive a pumpkin full of knives, and you're not about to make an inspection. Check, empty pumpkin on floor. Nailed it. You take a quick inventory of the smuggled contraband. Hold on, looks like he snuck something else in the pumpkin under all the knives. Something compromising. Check, examine compromising material. Very fancy. The troll knows what it's like spending long cold nights alone in the clink. A man needs a little reading material to keep him company, if you know what he means. If your skin wasn't made of polished jet black carapace, your cheeks would be turning bright red. No one can ever know about this. You must destroy the evidence, or disguise it somehow. Take forged blade out of illicit literature. Literature. God, I'm not good at pronouncing stuff today. None shall be the wiser. It is a perfect crime. When you bust out of prison, you should be locked right back up again because of how perfect this crime is. Jack, throw a knife down there to get that guy's attention. That should get the guy's attention. That was killing the guy. Unfortunately, it only keeps his attention until he dies, which is almost instantly. You need to come up with a better plan. While you would argue that random steppings are their own rewards, they aren't getting you any closer to escape. Check, examine, exit. That door's locked tight. You're going to need a key to open it, preferably one that isn't horribly drawn on the floor to taunt you. Check, knock on door. Maybe if you knock hard enough, in just the right way, at just the right time, wait for it, wait for it, wait, no, not yet. Wait for it, wait. Check, now. The clumsy fist accidentally flies through the bars, knocking out a passerby. Keys from his keyring jangle on the floor. It's quite possible one of those keys will unlock your door, but they are all well out of reach now. What next? Genius? Check, use knife to snag one of the keys on the floor. You see, if a knife can adequately lengthen your reach, but it's no use. They are still just outside of your modest slashing radius. Also, there's another guard. No dice, need a different approach. Wait a minute, another guard noticed you are now over tomfoolery and radius for backup, although he killed another guard. Check, back another guard over. He looks none too pleased by your misbehavior. This will surely result in reduced rations. You can expect to find a slightly smaller pumpkin in your cell. Come scare your wise, mister. You keep beckoning him, just a little closer, a little closer. Jack convinced the second guard to pick up keys for you. Who's betting that he's killing him again? We knew it. You use a little persuasion to see if you can get him to... Jack, no. That is not how you convince someone to do something. You are supposed to save the stabbing until after you intimidate him into doing what you want. How exactly is a dead guy supposed to pick up some keys for you? Real smooth, Jack. What's the plan now? To bury the keys under a growing pile of torsos? This is turning out to be the second shittiest jailbreak attempt anyone has ever seen. Only the second shittiest? Jack, look around the room. The only remaining thing in the room worth noting is in the other corner of your cell. Just a transport pad prisoners are supposed to use as a waste receptacle. These were decommissioned in dirt prisons a long time ago. Too many prisoner suicides and the word heads showing up in the waste bins. None of those auto decapitations were authorized with the right paperwork. The privilege had to be suspended. Here's the door open and slam shut. Someone else is in your cell. Jack, welcome guest. Looks like the sand we found downstairs for a little muzzle. It's one of the regulator lugs they use to keep the gen pop in line. This guy has an itchy bait in wrist, and that look in his eye you know all too well. He's not leaving this room until one of you is good and bloody. Jack, be the other guy. You attempt to be this guy down here, but you can't be this guy down here because he's dead. But it does serve as a convenient cutaway for the vicious beating that is currently taking place in your cell. We don't need to be watching that kind of prison brutality. We take our sweet time looking at this dead body. Terrible noises can be heard from your prison window. Okay, that should be long enough. You, You can stop being this guy now. Jack, stop being that guy. Also, this also doesn't surprise anyone. You stop being the other guy in time for us to see that you have just finished quickly and cleanly subduing the Jack, the man is dead. Stop that. Jack. Jack apologized to guard's body. You start to feel sorry for stabbing that guy with 7 knives in the back and bashing his face into the door 89 times. Well, maybe not all 89 times. For the first 88, you felt pretty good, but by the 89th face bashing, you were definitely starting to feel pretty sorry. And by sorry, you guess you mean bored. Anyway, you mutter something under your breath that could easily sound like an apology to someone who wasn't listening very well. Jack, give Guy a proper funeral. Whatever the state of the contrition might be, there can be no question about it. A man dedicated to your service deserves a proper and dignified funeral. However, since there's no casket in your cell that is nearly big enough for the slug's hefty torso, you will have to improvise. Jack, seek alternative casket. You sever the guard's head with your most trusted of all trusty knives and begin sizing up that hollowed pumpkin. It will definitely be snug, but you think you can make it fit. Jack, make it fit. You don't care what anyone says. You say this pumpkin was made for this fucker's melon. Fits like a damn glove. Jack, close it up. Perfect, a textless burial for a man of honor and distinction. The sacrifices made by our public servants don't get anywhere near the respect they deserve, you think. Jack, bring casket over to receptacle. His funeral will not be complete without a proper send-off. But a stinking garbage dump is no place for the head of a brave soldier to rest. No, you must first make some modifications to the device. Doing hard time behind bars will motivate a man to learn a trick or two when it comes to systems like this. Jack, pry open panel with knife. You open it up and switch a few wires around. There. Now instead of a nasty old pile of rotting pumpkin matter, the destination should be the throne room of the Prospician Palace. Surely, the queen will want to be alerted to the noble sacrifice of this brave warrior so that arrangements can be made to honor the hero. Jack, send him off. Is sending the head not normally like a straight? Look inside. You hear the door open again, followed by the sound of surely footsteps, or surely. Could it be that another glutton for a good face bashing has decided to visit your cell? Jack, greet visitor. Ah, you see, it appears there are quite a few sad gluttons this time. Settle down, gentlemen. There are more than enough face bashings to go around. Jack, quick, be the other guy again. You be the other guy again, while they beat you senseless. Other guy, be Jake. Suddenly, you aren't the other guy anymore. You couldn't quite be the other guy anyway since he's dead, even though deadness hasn't really stopped us from being guys before. Nevertheless, the dead guy starts being Jake, who is not the dead guy. Well, his dream self is dead, but his non-dead, non-dream self isn't, and that's the guy we are being, a guy who is asleep. The non-dead sleeping guy is presently talking to a non-sleeping dead ancient spider ghost, who long ago earned the achievement badge, Gift of Gab, and boy does she know how to use it. Well, wouldn't you be straightened if someone sent you the word head in the mail? Yes, it just was like Jake was saying it was for a burial, and I mean it was kind of obvious what going to be happen, I think. Jake attempt to get a gap in edgeways. Well, Jake, don't you have anything to say? I think I've spent enough time introducing myself. You have hardly said a word. It would be nice to know whether my long story has confounded you in any particular way, or if you are just being shy. Yes, Jake, I understand this is very much to learn all at once. But do you really want me to keep speaking until I'm blue in the face? Gulp. You appear to be perspiring heavily. There's no reason to be so nervous, especially considering you are only dreaming. Shit, sorry, I don't know where I put the dream towels. It's okay. Well, it's a risk talking about myself a little more. I feel it would be dishonest not to confess. What? I'm a fairly gifted psychic. Wow, really? Yes. Like you can see the future. Are they ghost powers or troll powers or what? Shucks, that's a dumb sounding question. No, that was a fine question. They are troll powers. Sometimes those of my blood type will have them naturally. And no, they are not prognosticative abilities that let me access another's mind in a way that can be terribly invasive if abused. Invasive? Yes, including the ability to control minds and exploit it fully. Uh-oh. But don't worry, they don't seem to work the same way in your species. They are considerably weaker. The most I can do is get an empathic impression of your emotional state. If I speculate that you are shy or nervous, it is because I can sense that you are. Oh man, you are kidding. So much for trying to be cool, I guess. Also, I probably blew it when you saw me yelling at nobody about bonus and stuff. I wouldn't say you blew it. Oops. And I made some noise, sorry. But it was certainly odd. Who were you talking to, if you don't mind my asking? That was like the brainless memory splinter of my best friend Dirk, who is stuck in my head and you can't see. And he was kinda hassling me and trying to get me to talk to him about how his real self was a thing for me, but I kind of think it would be weird to talk to his brain imposter about that, at least for now. And then you showed up, and you caught me at an awkward moment, where he was threatening to make some bodily functions happen in front of you, as a joke which would have been embarrassing as all blast attack. And now it turns out you can read my mind too, so I'm surrounded by brain invaders. You seem cool, Evania, but when am I going to wake up? I'm not a brain invader, so I said I can only sense your emotions. I think it's polite to let people know before long. Otherwise, I begin to feel a bit underhanded. Okay, I guess that's not too bad. I think I can keep my feelings bottled up. That is what strong and adventurous gentlemen do, I think. They keep a stiff upper lip even on the inside. That way they are never embarrassed and feel slightly more brave about stuff. But you don't have to. That was not the point of my telling you. I'm used to sensing many things from people. There aren't any feelings you could have that would be that surprising to me or compromising to you. I really just want you to relax for the brief time we have in this bubble and talk to me. Gotcha, but what should I talk about? Well, I have spent almost no time examining this iteration of your universe. The gods have given me very little access to the memories of others until now. I believe they are finally beginning to bridge the divides between long estranged compartments of reality, allowing previously unintroduced parties to mingle. Those from different universes, both their initial iterations and the scratched reboots. Those from different spheres, ones of creative potential and of mortality. To us all, they attempt to bring closer to unsanctioned loops and restore stability to the cosmos. So I'm curious about you and your friends. What is your life like? My life? I wish I could say it was more interesting, but it's actually been a mite lackluster. They are monsters, but I try to stay away from them to tell you the truth. It's mostly just me sitting around here watching movies and stuff, and sometimes polishing firearms. Guns are sweet, so are movies, huh? This is a terrible story. Understand, the same is mostly true for myself. I can sense that you are either very impressed or in some way intimidated by me, but when it comes down to the basics, the description of my life would be boring as well. Why don't you show me around? Show you around my room? Yes, okay. Well, there are some guns. Like I said, guns are great. There's a whole mess of movie posters on the wall. You probably never heard of any of them being a dead alien and such. Nope. And I don't know, there's a desk which I used to work on Silly Project, and that's my bad, I guess. What else? You, just for your interest, you've been kind of staring at her. What? Shh. What was that? Nothing. I'm not trying to fuck you up here, I promise, but you gotta watch what you are thinking, remember? Go away. Oh man, no, see, that thought you just had, that's exactly what I'm talking about. She's a fucking empress, bro, she can pick up on shit like that. Shh, not listening to you. Jake? Nothing, it's cool, you've got to be kidding. Did you seriously just think something sad, dirty? You must be doing this on purpose to spite me. No, I mean, just about you, that was X-rated as fuck. No, stop. See, you're talking about it now, I can't help it. You're spiking me into having dirty thoughts get fucking lost, you interloping brain douche. Don't worry, I'm done. It's like got a peep show in here and I feel like a sleazy piece of shit watching this from a dark corner of your mind. You have a graphic imagination, English. I'm kind of impressed. Shut up, say, I just thought it's not even like I'm trying to have since they don't mean anything. Should I leave and come back to ring another dream? No! Okay then, what's this? An illustrative story of some sort? Spider Island. Oh hey, well, let's not worry about it. There's nothing really. Here, give me that, okay? Why are you getting flustered about this literature? Or literature? Is it pornographic? It doesn't strike me as indecent at a glance. So maybe our cultures have different standards? Haha, what? No, it's not that at all. It's just, I don't know, it's just a nerdy comic I read. It's no big deal. There's got to be other stuff to talk about. Let's see. Jake, huh? You know, it's not the first time I've sensed that someone felt a flushed attraction for me. A flush, what's it? Oh my flipping gosh. You really don't have to be so embarrassed. It's perfectly okay. Oh god, you sensed my stupid sexy sauce. I knew it. Goddamn you bogus brain strider. Someone needs to just kill me, or at least make me wake up. This is so humiliating, I don't even. Can you please just slap me really hard? If not in retribution for my ungentlemanly train of thought, then at least to just get me to wake up and save me from my own ceaseless buffoonery. Actually, I do believe it would be within the scope of my abilities to get you to wake up. But do you really want me to do that? Maybe? If it is true that you think I'm attractive, then why wouldn't you want to spend a little more time here with me? What's the harm? Are you really in such a hurry to leave and feel sorry for yourself? For no explicable reason? Well, no, I already told you, Jake. I'm used to sensing many different types of feelings. Give me a different perspective on emotions than most have. For most, the feelings of others are often a mystery, so they are prone to speculation and paranoia about the motivations of people they meet. The emotions of others can seem like such well-guarded mysteries, people begin to believe that's how their own emotions should be treated as well. So when someone can read their thoughts easily, it feels like a violation. But to one accustomed to reading those thoughts, there isn't the same perception of violation or secrecy. It's more like examining other self-evident facts about a person, like taking note of their appearance. It's still hard for non-psychics to understand this though, even if you explain it to them. It can lead to some awkward relations, unfortunately. Okay, so my brain was totally not present for this. Jake doesn't handle puberty well. I'm imagining it would, so you've sensitive and others fellas have had the hots for you, eh? Fellows, yes, and ladies, it's happened. Yowza, you must have been popular, I guess. Haha, oh no, not really. The fact that I've been the fleeting object of attraction to a handful really paints a wrong social picture, I'm afraid. That is hard to believe. It's my experience. Oh, my voice. It's my experience that people very often underestimate their own likability. I sense that feeling all the time, probably because they are in the dark about others. Thoughts they are usually in doubt, so they frequently are on the side of pessimism. In many cases, they would be surprised if they knew how many around them were open to friendship or possibly something more. I would venture that if you had such a sense, you even might be surprised yourself. Ah, that's a laugh. I'm quite sure my only suitor is my best bro. Even then he's such a jumble stupid puzzle of unfathomable ironies, I'm not even sure about that half the time. I wish I had your powers, it would be top-notch and be parked on the corner of Relationship Lane and Easy Street. I could kick back in my eligible bachelor's limousine and never fuck up or ever say anything awkward like I've been doing non-stop so far in the stream. Let's not get carried away, that certainly does not describe my experience. You would think being able to sense occasional attraction from others would be advantageous and inspire confidence in yourself. And it is nice when that happens, sure, but then you feel the negative emotions directed at you as well. And even if they are less common with the positive ones, you have a way of dwelling on them and magnifying them far beyond their real significance. It's funny how an ability that should give you all the advantages in the world over others can lead you to feel worse about yourself than if you have never had them. You put all your energy into thinking about people with the bad feelings about you instead of the good, and you try your best to fix things. But usually it just gets worse. People think you are overbearing and needy and they don't understand what it is you want from them. I can see why it can crave some of my abilities to abuse the powers. Fortunately, I was able to resist the temptation. So there are people on your planet who do that? Well, the world I was from, it was rare. Only a few commoners and outcasts would. In the second situation I mentioned, it was commonplace. Like I said, things were very different. In my world though, the higher case have a lot of responsibilities. It wouldn't be right to abuse my powers. So we were in a higher case because of the hammer spectrum thing you mentioned? Ah, so you were listening to my lengthy preamble. I heard all of it, I was just, well, go on. Yes, blue bloods like myself were higher than most. The job of each blood case was to serve the needs of all those below it. We were to use our progressively greater longevity and wisdom to help the lower case learn and grow. To listen to them and try to provide whatever they were missing, like a hierarchy of caretakers with increasingly social responsibility. When the order functioned in harmony, our civilization would flourish. It is sure neat sounding science fiction utopia, science reality, but then it all went to shit because of that meddlesome demon. Yes. The demon you say I'm supposed to defeat? Yes. Hang on, would that be the same demon I'm named after? Who told you that? I guess technically my brain did. That's interesting. Wasn't planning on mentioning that, or at least not just yet. Why? There's no reason prematurely overcomplicate an already complicated tale. All facts will fall into place in due time. Yeah, but it's too right. More or less. Okay, I'm stopping here because my voice is failing and this is getting so lengthy and we're out of time anyway. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a good day or a good night. And I hope I'll see you again next week. See you!